welcome to our podcast. Today we will look at the theme of identity in Act 1 of Macbeth. Now, I know what you're thinking. Shakespeare? That's so last century. But, trust me, this play has more drama than a high school cafeteria. And what's better than drama? Drama with a Scottish accent. I know that wasn't Scottish, but you know what. But, in all seriousness, identity is an essential component of who we are as individuals. It influences our beliefs, values, and behaviors. The character's sense of self is put onto the test in Macbeth as they navigate the murky waters of power, ambition, and betrayal. Identity is a complex and fascinating topic, and it is central to the character's struggle and motivations in the play. So, let us look more closely at how identity affects the character in Macbeth Act 1. Well, the first character we look at is Macbeth. This guy starts off as a brave and loyal soldier, but as soon as he gets a taste of power, he starts to spiral out of control. It's like the time you got your first credit card and suddenly you're a millionaire. Macbeth's pursuit of power not only changes his sense of self, but also his wardrobe. Have you seen those kilts, bro? However, as his ambitions consumes him, his identity begins to shift too. He questions his own morality and is eventually driven to murder to satisfy his desires. The play's central theme is Macbeth's struggle with his identity, and it is fascinating to see how his sense of self evolves throughout Act 1. Similarly, Macbeth struggles with his identity as a loyal subject and a ruthless murderer. The power of the witch's prophecy consumes him, leading him to commit regicide and become a tyrant. The famous rhetorical questions he asked himself highlights this internal struggle. Is this a dagger which I see before me, the handle toward my hand? This query reveals his uncertainty and turmoil as he tries to come to terms with his choices and their effects. As a result of Macbeth's ambition and thirst for power, he perishes, underscoring the significance of one's identity in determining one's course in life. The second character we will be exploring is Lady Macbeth. Lady Macbeth's identity is deeply tied to her gender and societal expectations. This woman is determined to break gender norms and become a powerful figure in a male-dominated society. She's like the original Spice Girl, but instead of girl power, it's like girl hungry for power. Lady Macbeth's desire to suppress her femininity and becomes more masculine. She is a woman in a patriarchal society, and as such, she is not expected to wield power or influence. However, Lady Macbeth's determined to subvert these expectations and gain power and control by any means necessary. Her struggle with her identity as a woman in a male-dominated world is both emotive and thought-provoking. Lady Macbeth, for example, struggles with her identity as a woman in a patriarchal society. She believes that to be powerful, she must adopt a masculine identity and suppress her feminine nature. This conflict is evident in her famous soliloquy where she asks, "Come, you spirits that tend on mortal thoughts, unsex me here and fill me with a crown to the top full of direst cruelty." This highlights Lady Macbeth's desire to strip herself of her feminine identity and take on a more masculine persona to achieve her goals. However, the consequences of her actions challenge her sense of self, leading to her descent into madness. Well, but how does Macbeth's pursuit of power impact his sense of self and identity? To what extent does this desire for power and control lead to his downfall and loss of identity? Can Macbeth and Lady Macbeth ever truly escape or change their identities? Or are they defined by their actions and decisions throughout the play? Why is the concept of identity important in Macbeth? And how does it shape that a character's actions and decisions throughout the play. But that's it for today. And all jokes aside, the concept of identity is essential in Macbeth. It highlights the importance of understanding oneself and the consequences of our actions. Macbeth's struggle with his identity and the consequences of his unchecked ambition serves as a warning for all of us. So, don't be afraid to dive into the Shakespeare world of drama, intriguing, and Scottish accents. Even though there wasn't a Scottish accent. How do you do a Scottish accent? Anyways, who knows, you might even learn a thing or two about yourself along the way. Just remember, power is best in moderation. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time once my teacher assigns me another homework or project.